Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to another episode of Star Citizen Nightly. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this every single day. We have given away some ships. The contest for the referrals is still going on, so you do 2 referrals for this channel and one referral for wherever you want. And of course, you can still win 2 of the prizes that are left. Check the Discord. I should have it in there somewhere that whichever prizes are left. And of course, we are still doing our monthly giveaway where all you have to do is like, dislike, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed on all the videos from this month, and you will have a chance at winning whatever ship we give away this month. I want it to be something a little bigger. I've been giving away some cheaper ships, but it all depends on what's available at Alien Week. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's start this video with a little, well, we kind of already started it with a little, check, I guess. So basically, a lot of people were like, you don't have Wing Commander and so on and so forth. So that's what the beginning of the video was for. But enough of that. So now let's jump to the next thing I want to talk about, which is that a lot of the ships are still available for sale. And I think people thought that Invictus ended and just like none of the new ships were still going to be for sale. Look at this. All right. So the Aegis Saber Firebird still available. The Aegis Retaliator still available, including the modules for it. Drake Ironclad still available. The Mark I, which again is being sunset, so it's being retired, so that's still available. So what else we got? There was the Ursa Medevac still available. MPUV Tractor still available. And then I think that was it. I don't think there was any more after that. Oh no, the Mirai Pulse still available. So you can still buy these ships. So there was a few people that were talking to me, and they were like, hey, I wish you did this video before the sale was ended because I wanted to buy this ship or that ship. The only 2 ships out of these. So I did a video on the Saber Firebird, and I purchased one, so I own one. The Retaliator, I don't own one, but it's only because I just don't have a need for it because of the other ships I own, but it's a good ship. The Ironclad I purchased. I don't know if it'll be the Assault yet. I purchased CCUs for both just to make sure. I have a Mark II. I don't need a Mark I. The Mark I is also being retired. And I have the Ursa Medevac. So I gave away an MPUV Tractor. And I think I gave away a Mirai Pulse already too. So I don't know. I do a lot of giveaways. Anyway, so if you still want to pick those ships up, pick them up as soon as possible. I mean, the Mirai Pulse, if nothing else, is a great LTI token. It's 25 bucks. It's 25 bucks. Anyway, let's move on. So what I wanted to do is, I'm just telling you where I get my information from. So a lot of people were asking that as well. So what I do is I check out the latest developer activity, and then I go in there and I see where, if the devs are active, I go in and I try to see what they're talking about. And sometimes you get little tidbits of information that aren't available in an ISC or so on and so forth. So my first one is I wanted to show you guys this, right? So this is them talking about how Recoil actually works, right? So Recoil is separated from the rest of the actual weapon stats, minus some things like aim modifiers, fire rate, etc. So you have aim recoil, you have hand recoil, body recoil, head recoil, and that's all data that this particular CIG employee enters. And then weight, and they tell you how weight is done here. Weight is just how heavy it is, which affects your characters, and we don't have it effective systematically, I think is what he's trying to say, but it does affect it intentionally on our data side. Weight dictates data we enter with things like aim down, sight speed, reload speed. So the idea here is people were asking how recoil stats are working, and they basically answered the question. So I don't know if CIG has ever talked about that, but that seems like new information. So aim recoil, they say it, you think is like your spine binding vertically, horizontally, and roll. Okay, so that makes sense. And then hand recoil is visual recoil. Body recoil is mainly so it looks nice in third person. Head recoil is camera shake. And that's all the stuff that he puts in. So those are the types of recoil that go into the weapons. So there you have it. That's why these things are important. That's part of why I want to do this nightly show where we just talk about little stuff like this that you might miss, by, you know, because nobody is a Star Wars or Star Wars. I love that. Nobody is a Star Citizen nerd, you know, quite like a content creator on the internet, you know. So there it is. So the second piece is here. So basically somebody was asking about the S7-1 and if it's meant to be a semi-auto DMR or a full auto weapon, because its model and description are full auto, but the weapons only shoot semi. And basically the dev was like, we wanted a weapon to exclusively sit as a marksman rifle in IIRC, and that just basically means, if I remember correctly. So that's what it's meant to be. It's a marksman rifle. So if you were wondering about the S7-1, there's your dev answer. And then the last piece of information here is, can you please look at the Gallant rifle as well for a reroll back to the original fire rates? So people like the way the Gallant, I guess this particular person at least, liked the way the Gallant rifle worked before, and they are a Gallant rifle and Karna rifle player. And the devs basically said there's no plans to change it from a dedicated burst weapon. So I think what I take from as a whole, and there's more things in this thread as well, but I'm only gonna, you know, because I started this series now, I'm only gonna talk about the things from the future. And this, I know a lot of this is FPS related, but the idea here, it seems like you're going to need to take the right tool for the right job. Like you're not gonna have one weapon that does everything. And even two weapons are not going to do everything. You're going to need to use those weapons lockers and, you know, kit your weapons locker out so that, you know, it's got every type of weapon that you might need on your mission. So that way, instead of wondering like, oh, well, I need a weapon that can do this and this, you can just take two weapons out of your locker, right? They're going to make you use those weapons lockers the same way they're going to make you use your armor lockers and everything. But I am very happy to know that the FPS stuff is being worked on, and I love that the devs are in the forums and they're giving feedback. That's one of my favorite things about Star Citizen, is how much feedback we do get, even though I know it's not a lot for some people, but you know, I like it. So I just want to, you know, say I think that sometimes when we do when we look at Star Citizen, I think sometimes we're like, oh my goodness, like there's so much to learn and so much to like you know, download into your brain, but you can find the information if you really look for it. You can find the information on pretty much anything that you want. But yeah, I guess onward to 3.2 3.2. I don't know, I like saying that. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. See you tomorrow for another Star Citizen Nightly. Peace.